Hi, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Welcome to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to share with you guys the watercoloring technique by using Local King's magic markers. If you don't have Local King's magic markers, you can use any kind of water-based markers. They will do the same thing. And then also, I'm going to share with you guys some kind of unique masking technique. You don't want to miss this. Before we start today's video, and there is a few things I would like to mention. First, the first thing is our spring sale is already started last week, and the promotion is 20% off for the whole online store plus 5% extra coupon code for my YouTube viewers. So make sure you use the Local King YouTube 5 when you check out, and you will get the 5 extra percent off. So that's 25% off, and the free shipping to Canada and the US on orders over $100. So for our digital image, if you have a digital die cut machine, make sure you check our digital file category. A lot of a free digital file ready for you to download it, and also all the digital file is already 50% off, and then of course the spring sales promotion you can use on top. So for all the digital file, it's like a 75% off. If you have a digital die cut machine, make sure you give it a try. So this is the few of the free digital image there for you to download. All the months February. So far, I have been upload until April. So those are the scrapbooking pages that I have been play, and I really enjoy it. So if you can just download this February, March, and for free, and then some all the stencil they are 75% off. So if you have in download Local King's digital file, please give a try to see how those files work, because you guys are so kind. I just realized that one of my digital file, the BZB, I upload the wrong file. It's supposed to come with the whole set, and I only upload the one of the image. And you guys are so nice, never complain, never say nothing until Margaret told me, say, hey Lisa, is something wrong about this image? How come I only have one image? And I realized that I upload the wrong file. So if you have a question regarding anything about the Local King's product, your purchase, please send me an email, let me know, and I will make it right. Okay, so today's video, a lot of technique to share with you guys, and then one more thing is for the Stampfest convention show in June and in Orlando. I think 90% that Local King Rubber Stamp are going to be there. I am going to offer 2 classes. So this show is going to be our first show of 2022, and then I think Saturday is going to be our last show. I don't think so we are going to traveling for the show in the future anymore. It's just everything just getting so expensive. So if you are living in the Orlando area, or if you're close by, hoping you can visit the show in June, and then if you have time, sign out the 2 classes. That will be the only class that I'm teaching in person. Yep, I'm going to be the person to teaching that. So hoping to see you guys in Orlando in June. Okay, so that's the start today's video. And if you do like this video, make sure you leave me a comment, give me a thumb up, let me know. This is helping me to encourage me to create more video to share with you guys. Okay, let's start it. Okay, I know a lot of you guys probably don't like a long video, so I am going today's car project. I have a lot of things to share with you guys. If it's too long, I'm going to just separate to 2 parts. Okay, so I have my watercolor paper here already. This is a Canson watercolor, 130 pounds, because I'm going to do some blending and then I some watercoloring too. So you want to use a good watercolor paper, because that way they don't wrinkling. So I have my watercolor paper here, and then we are going to use the Lisa stamp set. Is called the Daffodil Delight, and these are the these stamps I created in 2016. So that's almost 7 years ago. Okay, so they have stamp and they have also the die cut. Okay, so we're going to do that, and I have my stamp here ready, so let's see what we're going to do first. We're going to stamp the image first. Sorry, I have this allergy. I just can't cough for a while. I don't have a COVID, thanks God. Okay, and we're going to stamp the image first. So I'm going to use this Versify, and then you make sure that you use the water resist impact because we are going to do the coloring, right? And then this is a great tip that I just use a piece of laminator sheets, just a one piece white starch and laminator with a laminator sheets, and then that way I create a surface easy to clean. So let's grab the stamp. So where is the stamp? So this is my Daffodil stamp. Grab it, and a acrylic block. I had everything on the table, and then now it's all gone. That's okay. So I'm gonna do these. Actually, make sure when you put your stamp on the acrylic block, try to make the bottom of your stamp and try to make a parallel line with your acrylic block. So that way when you stamp it, your flower is not going to be like a lace or lace. It's going to be like lace. Okay. Okay. So we're going to use our ink pack. I'm going to just ink it. And if you are not sure you can get a nice clean image, just make sure, not just make sure, you can use stamp position it. Okay, so this is my paper, and then I'm going to guiding with my acrylic block. I am going to just make sure my acrylic block and my paper is parallel, so that way my flower is not going to be crooked. So I'm going to just stamp in the middle one first. Okay, make sure nicely stamp like that's like lace. Okay, well now the spring is just around the corner, and I planted some daffodil last year and they start to blooming. They are so pretty. Now we're going to do the masking. There is a few ways you can do the masking. I cut a few of the just a plain, those is just actually just a photocopy paper. It's very thin, and then you can do something else. So I know recently the stencil become kind of like a popular, and I found out the laminated sheet is actually the cheapest way to create a stencil. They are not as thick as like a Myra, but they are great. They are great material. So actually, I am going to use this laminated sheet to create my masking. So there's a one stone two bird, because once when you create this one, you can create the guiding window, and then also you can create the masking. So you can use both positive and negative die cut. I'm going to explain to you later. So that's a laminated sheet, and I only use a half of it. I'm going to explain something, some trick you want to know, you don't want to miss. And then also you can use this projector transparency film. My friend Lisa from Savannah, she gave me $2 of this one. It's awesome. I use this one a lot. This one, if you have a digital die cut machine, they can also use this one as a stencil. It's not very thick, but it's much easier to cut than the acetate. So just different kind of material. So this transparency film, you can do the masking too, but I found out this transparency film is a little bit harder to cut compared with the half size of the laminated sheet. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to explain. So this is just a half size of my laminated sheet, and I die cut it. After I die cut it, I actually tracing the outline, because that way I can see when I put my die cut, I can put exactly the same spot. Before I just use the piece cardstock, and then the cardstock is paper. Sometimes if you do a little bit like a more blending, or sometimes when you remove your tape, you didn't pay attention, it's easy to tear, break it. So with laminated sheet, it's kind of plastic, so it's more stronger. But there is a one trick that you have to know when you want to die cut it. You can see here is the one that I didn't die cut it, and this is the one I cut, right? So I have been mentioned in my previous video, if you want to cut any kind of material, you got to put one piece scrap paper, and then you're going to put your die cut on top. You're going to run to the machine at least 2-3 times, and then when you see this the paper is cut, that means your material is cut. So this is the one that I didn't put the piece of paper. You can see is not the cutting, right? They create some kind of mark. It's not cut. So if you want to have a clean cut, make sure when you put your die cut on the material, put the piece of paper in the back, 1 sheet or 2 sheets. So if your paper is cut, that means your material, your laminated sheet is cut. Give a try, and then you will find out it really makes a difference. Let me take a look what's the Boo Boo doing. Boo Boo is quiet over there. By the way, thank you for all the asking. Boo Boo is doing great now. His stitches are removed. He is coming back to naughty boys again. Okay, so I actually cut 3 of this daffodil. If you don't have a laminated sheet, what you can do is you can just use a piece of paper. So this is just when I create this one, I put the paper in the back, so it cut it. But because we're going to do some blending, the paper, they are very thin cardstock, so when you do the blending, it probably soak the water and they're easy to break. And these laminated die cut ones, when you create it, you can use again and again, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is I am going to use one of them, and then I am going to put on top. It's going to masking, and then you can see. Let's bring a little bit close. Because our laminated sheet is kind of seeing through, so when you put on top, you can very clearly to see where you're supposed to. So how we going to put our laminator on the paper? So you're going to use, you can use the post-it notes too. So we're going to use this reposition tape, and then we are going to just put on top. Beautiful masking, see? Right? And then now we are going to, the best part is once when you create at least the laminator masking, you can use again and again. Let me put a little bit more here. Okay, make sure you use a reposition. Or if you don't want to, what you can do is you can just tape in the back. Like that. Or actually I found something else, you can do that too. If you know, recently I found the stencil is pretty popular, and I saw a lot of people use those kind of glass magnetic platform. I don't know where do they get it, and because I kind of didn't really get into the crafting for the past few weeks because it's boo-boo. So I don't know where the people get it, but and I'm sure it's not cheap. Isn't it? If you have one, can you let me know where did you get it and how much did you pay? So I was looking for a alternative, what I can do. So I found out this one. This is the one I I used to hang in my monthly page, and I got this little magnet from the Amazon. Is actually nice. I have a little holder, so you can actually just have a piece of metal. And I got this one from Michael's or from Walmart. I don't know where is that. So you can just use the piece of metal to hold it. And then if you are working on the stencil, okay, so this is the stencil that I'm working on. Okay, I know that recently those stencils getting popular. So if you want to do the like a stencil, you can use this one. It works like a charm. Okay, if you're lower in the budget, I think that's an alternative. It does work. It will work just fine too. So that's something I'd like to share with you. Okay, so that's the first one, and I think I'm going to just stick with my tape. Now I'm going to stamping 2 more, the daffodil. So, and then remember, I'm a right-hand user, so I'm going to use this one. Okay, so you can go a little bit higher, but remember your acrylic block and your paper got to be parallel. Otherwise, your daffodil is going to, leaning one side. Nice first stop. Okay, that's good. And then this laminated sheet, because it's a thin, so which is great when you want to create the masking. You don't want to use a very thick material because it will disturb your overlapping image. So let's do that. Okay, so that's my stamp image. And then I am kind of like a messy crafter. I always get the kind of messy result. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use a tweezer, and then I am going to just wipe off the dirty laminator sorry, masking. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, like I say, you can reuse it again and again. First of all, you can put your guiding whistle inside your storage area. And then, because these masking have some tape in the back, right? You can just taping on your pack, like inside your package or inside. So next time you want to use it, you don't have to create again. So now what I'm going to do is, first I have to make sure my stamp image is completely dry. So this is a version fine, so it takes a little bit longer to dry. I'm going to just dry with my heat gun, and I am going to continue show you how to do the masking. Okay, so I just dry with my heat gun, and I have all my 3-piece Daffodil masking. So I am going to put the first one. If you have a sausage finger like me, cannot working on the detail part, just use a tweezer. Okay, and then I have two more here. Okay, you are going to use the reposition glue tape, and then you are going to just do these. Okay, and then one more. Okay, I'm going to do these. Okay, one more, and then I'm going to just do that. Okay, like this. Okay, and then I'm going to, instead of rubbing with my finger, I am going to always put the one protection sheets on top. Ta-da! Okay, so that's working on the background. When I kind of created this project, I was kind of like, challenging for the background color, because most of the daffodil is the yellow, and they do have some white color one. So when I stamped it, I don't want it like a die cut. I want to kind of create like a bunch of daffodil. So I don't want it like a die cut every single one. So that's why I was thinking, how can I make my background darker? Because when your background is darker, your flower is going to pop out, right? So it was kind of challenging. In the beginning, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe I just paint like just a painting background. I said, oh, that's going to take too long. It's not like my style. So I was thinking, how can I make a faster result, but it looks better. So that's why I come out. We are going to use the magic mushroom. So if you are in the Orlando in June, I am actually offered the 2 classes about the magic mushroom. So those 2 classes, one is for the beginner. I'm going to share with you guys all the great tips about the magic mushroom. And you know what I'm going to do? Maybe I'm going to try to create a video. So for the people who cannot come to the classes, maybe you can watch a video. But the good thing is if you sign out the class, the magic mushroom is come for free. So basically you don't pay, you just pay for the magic mushroom. The classes are free. So I'm working on the description for the classes, and then Stampfest is going to upload the class pretty soon. So the spot limit, make sure if you're interested, make sure you sign out. Okay, so that's one thing. So today we are going to actually use the magic mushroom, and then this one, you can use the blending brushes. We can give a try, but I want to try to tapping it instead of brushing it, because this masking is only holding by a little bit reposition glue. We don't want it move. So we are going to use the magic mushroom, and this one, the first one, I am using the dark brown for the background, but I kind of want to change some other color, so I kind of want to use a darker green and a little bit brown. So I'm going to change the color because I think I want to create those kind of daffodil feel. So this brown color is just doesn't like a blending well, but it looks nice. It's good, but you want to make it better, right? So we're going to use the green color instead of brown. So I have my magic mushroom here, and I was using my magic mushroom. So we're going to clean our magic mushroom always. Just dip in the water, and then you remember, please remember the magic mushroom, it have to be moisture. In the beginning, I was kind of afraid that we ruining the mushroom, so I kind of telling the people, don't wash your magic mushroom. Well, but you can wash it. It's just after you wash it, like completely. I thought it was going to take 2 weeks to dry, but I don't know what's happening. It's getting like a dry so fast. So after you clean it, just use the dry cloth. Wet cloth and dry cloth kind of just absorb extra moisture. You want the moisture, but you don't want it wet. Okay, and I'm going to grab my green impact. I'll be right back. Okay, so if you have a set of magic mushroom, you know what? You got to bring it out, practice a little bit. It's a tool. There's a lot of different ways that you can make your magic mushroom work better, but it's very important that you got to bring it out and use it, right? So first, we are going to I got some of Catherine Puller's impact, great quality impact, and I still love my Memento impact. The only thing is I haven't been shown for a while. My Memento impact is all dry, and I didn't have opportunity to purchase a re-inker. So that's the always testing your color first, and then when you want to use the magic mushroom to blending your artwork, you got to make sure you are going to slowly add it out. You don't want to start with a very, very dark color. Okay, so now we are going to just kind of like a tapping. Okay, when you tap hard, it become darker. When you release a little bit pressure, it's lighter. So we kind of like we just tapping it. When we tapping it, we don't really have to worry you push your stencil, dislocate your stencil. Oh, like this one, let me see, it's actually, see, that's the good part about this laminator stencil, because like a masking, because we can see one of them, the location, the masking is moved, so that way we don't get a nice coloring. And then because I have a dirty finger, I always especially working on a white car, I always end up to have a fingerprint on top, so I put a piece of paper here. Okay, so we just kind of tapping it. Okay, we start with a lighter color first. We tap the bottom part, we do harder, and then we kind of just relieve a little bit pressure. We want our floor and our sky perfectly connect, so we don't want that borderline appear. Okay, so we're going to just tap again, gently release. You can see very, very gradually change the color. Push hard and then release a little bit pressure. Okay, I want to have a beautiful daffodil feel. Okay, let's do that. Okay, gently tapping, tapping, tapping. Okay. Okay. If you want to re-ink your magic mushroom when you ink it, okay, you're going to start on the bottom part first. If you start from right here, it's going to have a big, like a dark circle mark here. We don't want that. So after you after you dipping your mushroom on your impact, and then working on the bottom part, and then slowly tapping gently. Okay, don't rubbing, don't brush. We want to gently tap. We just want to create a very, very soft edge. Okay, edge. Okay, like this. Okay, isn't that pretty? Okay, and then now, before we move on to the next step, you're going to clean your working space, because those ink which is setting here, if you go over again, is going to pick up the ink. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit darker green. This is the line Ricky. It's pretty much like the pear top. Okay, so no, it's not dark enough, so I'm going to use a little bit darker color. Okay, that's good. So again, the darker color we go use a little bit less, and this time you don't have to cover like all of them. Try to kind of pick up some spot. Okay, and then Catherine Pooler's impact is very, very moisture, so be careful. You don't want to make it too dark. Okay. That looks perfect. Okay, and then now if you want to add a little bit brown, we can add a little bit brown too. Okay. Just a part of okay, I think that's good. Let me clean it, my table, like a working surface first. And then again, I'm going to use my tweezer just to pick it up, my masking. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? So now my daffodil and my background is separate, and I'm going to put down. So far so good, no fingerprint. Keep working on that, Lisa Young. Okay, and then I'm going to just clean my stencil, and then I can use it again, right? Okay, so I'm going to put my stencil away, and my working station is clean. Okay, my hand is clean. Okay, now we are going to working on our sky. So how do you think? Do you think green looks better, or the brown background looks better? Okay, we're gonna working on the sky, and the sky, I have my stencil here. I think how much is for the stencil? I think the stencil is wait, let me take a look. Okay, so the cloud stencil that I use to create or favorite scrapbooking pages is 75% off now, so it's $1.49, and then it's digital file. So if you have a die cut machine, it's perfect because you can make it big, you can make it small. You can create as many as you want. Once when you download this file, it's yours. So you can create as many as you want to. So I have 3 different kind of cloud, and I am going to create the. So I'm going to use my cloud. I'm going to see which one I'm going to use. I'm going to use this one. Okay, so now I think this metal board is come out handy now. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to make sure. Oh, I can't do that because that way I cannot see. I'm going to put my cloud here. Ta-da! Works just fine. And then I have my magic mushroom, and I am going to wash it. Do I need to wash my magic mushroom? Because I don't know did I use it? Oh, it's actually pretty clean. Okay. It's a pretty clean magic mushroom. So I am going to have a beautiful sky. I have at least memento summer sky. Okay. So pick up some color, and always testing first. we always start with a lighter color. If it's not enough, we add more. Okay, so let's do that. Drawing little circle. Okay, and remember, I use two of my finger holding my magic mushroom. So that way the sponge part is not going to like a wiggly like that. They probably break the sponge part if you brush too much. Okay, so I start with my light blue. Okay, dry it. It's a little bit too moisture. And then I'm going to grab a darker blue Bahama. Okay, and then tapping it. A good blending is you got to build it out. You cannot expecting one coat and then you are going to have a very fully coverage. So start with light color and slowly building out. I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to change a little bit my stencil here. I think at least magnet and the piece of metal, it works perfect, don't you think? And then this time I'm going to use a little bit darker blue. Okay, just in case. So far so good. No fingerprint. Okay, tapping. Tapping is the best way. There is too many different kind of blending machine not blending machine, blending tool on the market. There is brushes, there is felt. Any tool, if it's work, is a good tool, right? So let's just do a little bit here. Or if we want to change to the other, let's change the other one. Okay. I think at least piece metal with a magnet is working very well. Okay, so gently blending. Okay, so this time when I blending, I kind of just do one direction. I want a very soft line, and then we are trying to hiding or stroke. Okay, let's see. Ta-da! I think that looks exactly like the Daffodil feel. How do you think? Okay, so now I am going to, first of all, we are going to clean our stencil. If we don't clean it, they will not stand it. It's easy to clean. If you don't clean right now, you want to clean like 2 weeks later, they will still come out because those are just a water-based, dye-based impact, right? Ooh, how come this one doesn't come? Okay, you can like spray with a little bit bleach. They will come out too, but that's okay. That's good. It's still a little bit color on top, but it's not going to affect your project. So try to clean it. Okay, and then clean the surface too. Good idea. If you don't have one glass magnet plate, I think this works just fine. And then look at this magnet I got from Amazon. I think 12. Don't remember how many, but have it with a little holder. Very strong. It's easy to pick it out. I always have a problem to pick up those magnet for the stamp positioner. Okay, so that's what it look like. Okay, so far, which one you like better? This one is more look like a Daffodil, but wait until I finish coloring. I think this video is too long. So the coloring part, I am going to leave it to the next video. And then, but I did already pre-stamp the one more daffodil and 2 butterflies, and I did coat it with a clear embossing powder because I kind of want to separate my background and the front. So I found out if you actually clear coat it, like do the embossing, they actually pop out more. But there's a lot of information about the coloring, and then how come this Daffodil is different with this one. So I'm going to leave that coloring part to the next video. And don't forget our spring sale is started already. It's going to end on the 25th. 20% off and plus a 5% extra discount for my YouTube viewer. So make sure you use the Local King YouTube 5 when you check out. And then all the order on $100, free shipping on the orders over $100. And check out our flower category. There's a lot of flower, and the spring is just here. And make sure you follow up. I will send an email out once when we have all the class material for the Stampfest show. Once when we have 100%, make sure that we will be there. I think we will be there because I already booked the ticket and all the stuff there. Okay, so stay tuned for the next part of this card project. I'm going to share with you how to color all these daffodil field, and that everybody can do it. It's so easy, something you don't want to miss. So this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Thank you so much. See you next time.